Hey you guys, it's Steph, and thank you so much for coming here to Steph's Peru Travel Tips. Before I get into today's video, there's something I want to say about my video regarding safety concerns and general tips in Peru. If you haven't watched that yet, be sure to check that out. And what I wanted to say was that one of my very close friends told me that after watching that video, she felt very afraid and didn't even want to come to Peru. And that totally was not what I wanted to accomplish with making that video. It was just simply informing you guys of the things that, you know, happen here, and just so that you could try to avoid those kinds of situations. You know, I've never ever had anything major happen to me. I've never felt like I was afraid for my life or afraid of seriously like getting mugged or anything like that. And I really just don't want you guys freaking out basically with what I said. That was not my intention at all. And basically once you get to know me with time, you know, with these videos and stuff, you're gonna realize that I'm just a very direct person and I don't sugarcoat anything. I'm gonna tell you things the way they are, and I just refuse to lie to people and to make things seem better than they are. I'm not that kind of person. I will tell you what you need to know, and you know, if it's not the nicest thing ever to know, if it's something scary, oh well. It's just for you to know, that way you can avoid those kinds of situations. So yeah, be prepared for more not very nice things that I will say in the future, but it is what it is, and I think the only thing that we can do is just be aware of those things and just try to avoid those situations. So anyway, today's video is going to be somewhat similar to the last video. In my last video I gave you guys some useful airport tips that you could use when you arrive in Peru. If you haven't seen that video yet, be sure to check that out. And today's video is a somewhat kind of continuation of that. So I'm just going to basically give you guys some information that you might need to know for when you come to Peru and you arrive in the airport. So for those of you that didn't know, a German airport operator, Fraport AG, actually owns 70% of the share capital of the Jorge Chavez Airport. So they are the ones that mostly own the airport. And I find that very interesting because even though we really shouldn't let ourselves be led by stereotypes or generalizations, one of the very good things that people typically think of when they think of Germans is that they're very organized and punctual and they do things right. And so it's no wonder that the Jorge Chavez International Airport has been given the Best Airport in South America award by Skytrax since 2009. So this year makes our 6th time in a row that we've won this award. And we've also been awarded by Skytrax the Best Staff in South America award since 2011. So this year makes it our 4th year in a row that we've won this. So yeah, it's no wonder that we have been continuously improving the things at the airport so that it's much easier for people to come in and out. If you guys didn't know, Skytrax is a very prestigious London-based market research consulting firm that specializes in the air transportation industry. So it's really big that we win these kinds of awards. And even though the Jorge Chavez International Airport is quite small, we only have one terminal and everything, there's been continuous expansion going on at the airport since the early 2000s, and they're going to continue to keep improving things as the years go by. So yeah. So for first-time travelers, if you've never been abroad before, then there are a few things that you need to know. About half an hour before the plane lands, your flight attendant will give you 2 forms to fill out. When you come to Peru, the first form will be your TAM form. And TAM, T-A-M, stands for Tarjeta Andina de Migraciones. And this is basically your immigration entry form. The second form that you'll be given is your Declaración Jurada de Equipaje, and this is basically your baggage declaration form. You only need to complete 1 baggage declaration form per family. And when you go through immigration and you give your TAM form to the immigration officer or official, then they will tear off the upper half and they will keep that, and then the lower half, which is this little card-like stub, that is your TAM card that you will need to keep, and you need to keep it safe and don't lose it, because if you lose it, then you're going to have to try to issue, well, you're going to have to issue a duplicate in the immigration office in Breña. So do not lose that card, because that's the card that you need to leave the country. I strongly recommend that you fill out those forms while on the plane, because after you get off the plane, everyone's busy trying to get out of the airport. They're tired and everything, and you're not really going to have anywhere really to, you know, comfortably fill out your forms. So I suggest that you do that. That way it's much faster for you. You can go through immigration much faster, and you can get out of there quickly. In-transit passengers, or passengers that are just, you know, making a connecting flight, but they're stopping in Lima, be sure to contact airport personnel as soon as you get off the plane, and you get because you need to be taken to the right area. That way you don't go through immigration, because if you go through immigration and you go out that way, you're going to lose your connecting passenger status, and you're going to have to pay a little more than $30 to get back in and to be able to take your flight. So as soon as you get off the plane, be sure to contact someone from the airport and have them tell you where you need to go next. For those of you that are citizens or legal residents of the countries that form part of La Comunidad Andina, then there are special immigration counters for you, so be sure to take advantage of those. And the countries that form part of La Comunidad Andina are Peru, Colombia, Ecuador, and Bolivia. If you haven't been to Peru in a while, then a few things have changed. In the past, when you went through customs, you had to press a button, and that button either lit a green light or a red light. And so if it was a green light, you were good to go, you could leave the airport. But if you got a red light, then you needed to stay, and the customs officials would check your baggage and make sure that you were not bringing anything illegal into the country. But now that those things have changed. Now we have these x-ray machines, and basically you just put your luggage and it goes through the x-ray machine, and if it's okay to go, then you can leave immediately. They only check suitcases that are suspicious or have suspicious items, but other than that, you're free to go. And this is what's made the process of going through customs and getting out of the airport much faster. So once you've got out of customs, then you're going to go right into the crowded waiting hall, and it can be a little overwhelming to see all of those people there. It's not that big, and there are tons of people, and it's going to be a little difficult for you to find your friends and family or whoever you're looking for immediately. But if you're not looking for anyone and you just want to take a taxi and get out of there, then you can just go directly to your right. Taxi Green is usually there and with their employees trying to pick passengers up. And if you want to look at prices, Taxi Green also has like this little standing board thing that shows the different prices for the different districts. So you can either take Taxi Green, CMV, or Mitsu from the airport. Those are the registered taxis that are allowed to work in the airport. They also have little counters within the airport if you want to compare prices. But obviously before you take a taxi, you're going to need some local currency if you don't already have some. So if you want to try to get the best exchange rate, then what I recommend you to do is change your money out at the ATMs that they have in the airport, because that gives you a slightly better rate than the money exchange counters in the airport. Those ATMs found in the airport are usually in English and Spanish, but you can also find some that are available in German and French as well. If for whatever reason you're having trouble using the payphones there and you want to make a phone call because you can't find your ride or whatever, then one of the first things that you can do is you can rent a phone in the airport, but I've heard this is quite expensive. The second thing that you can do is you can buy a local chip for about maybe $6. If your phone is unblocked, you can do that. And the third thing you can do is just find a cheap prepaid phone that you can use while visiting Peru. And that phone's usually about $25, maybe a little bit less or a little more. Remember that if you want to rent a car while visiting Peru, you can rent a car from the airport, and the 3 companies that work within the airport are Budget, Hertz, and Dollar Rent-A-Car. If you need more information about renting cars while in Peru, then be sure to check out my video on that. And for those of you that only have half a day or a day to spend in Lima and you want to explore the city, then you have the option to leave your suitcases at the airport. There is this little store called LEFT Luggage, and you can leave your things there safely. I believe it's about 4 soles the hour or 24 soles for the day. And they also have some lockers that you can rent out. The prices are a little different. I think it's a little more expensive, but you definitely have that choice. But remember that if you decide to leave the airport and explore, then you need to pay to get back in the airport, and that fee is about $30.74 if you have an international connecting flight. Okay guys, so that's it for this video. It's getting really dark, but if you enjoyed the information presented in this video, be sure to give this video a like or a thumbs up. And if you know anyone that can benefit from listening to this information, then please be sure to share the video with them. So I will now leave you with my best friend's favorite part of these videos, and that is the blooper. So I hope you have a good laugh, and thank you so much once again for watching. Take care. Bye. Okay, let's get this video today. Today's video is going to be related to that. It's going to be all about the airport, and I'm just being goofy and my hands are everywhere, and I'm just going to do this again. Crap. Dang it! I'm so nervous. I don't know why. I think my armpits are stanking it. Okay, I can do this. My battery's going to die. The sun's going to go down. Hey everyone! Oh man, I'm not as excited as I was before. You lose the excitement and the passion having to do these things over and over again. Wow. Okay. It'll take, I don't know, 7 or 8 or something. God, my armpits are sweaty. Ew. This is disgusting. The airport here in Lima, Peru is very small. We only have a terminal, and there's an airplane flying over my head. Dios mío. Oh, my battery's low. Please don't die on me, camera. I'm not done. I have to do this all over again. Okay. Okay, I get it. No more planes, God. Please, no more planes. Okay, I'll do something funny. Nemo. Dory. I love Dory. Hey, you guys. Thank you so much for coming. Oh, crap. It just takes Dory to make me smile. Hey you guys, it's Steph. Thank you so much for joining me here once again on Steph's Peru Travel Tips. I'm Steph. Well, I just said that. Crap. Why? I think my armpits are making